Welcome to Chez, Fleur podcast. We talk to small business, we talk to retail, we talk to women in business, and we have great guests who are doing all sorts of wonderful things in their retail business. We like to hear about their journeys, we're discussing their strategies, and we are going to hear about some of the lessons they've learned along the way. So if you like hearing about the joys and challenges of entrepreneurship, please stay with us. Our guest today is Susan Negen, and she is part of the Whiz Bang training group. And Susan has had an interesting journey because she hasn't always worked with small business. So,
Right.
Susan, welcome to Chez Les Fleurs. And I understand that you came to small business from the corporate world.
I
So tell us
did.
about that.
I started my retail career in a very small women's clothing boutique in Wyoming. So that's where I first had my very first retail job. But after I graduated from college, I went to work for some retail corporate giants, Macy's and Bloomingdale's and Lord and Taylor. And so that was, my career for, I don't know, maybe 8, 9 years after I graduated from college. And so I got to do lots of really exciting, amazing things with these big retail department stores. And I learned so much. It was really fun and fascinating. So that was my retail background before I moved to Michigan and met Bob Negen. And I thought I was going to be a teacher. I actually was moving back to Michigan to be a teacher. And I did teach fifth grade for 1 year. And during that time, I met Bob and we got married. And at the end of my first year as a teacher, his business was starting to really explode. And he's like, "Come on, honey, family business. I need you. I need your expertise and your background in retail as my business grows." So I quit teaching and went back to retail, but this time, in the management role of a small independent retail store chain. So really fun. And you know what, Janet, it's really honestly, they're not that different. Like working at a big giant corporate retailer and working in an independent retailer, the problems are the same. They're like almost exactly the same, honestly. It's just when you've got a big corporation, you have more people and a few more resources to fix the problems or figure the issues out. So, but the problems are the same. So
So, what skills did you learn working for the big corporation that you were able to bring to you started at the Mackinac Kite Company?
yeah.
And I
So
mean, I'm sure you're using those skills now as well. So what skills did you bring with you from your time at the big retailers?
it's fun because at the big department stores, generally there's some sort of an executive training program. That's what I was in, and they'll take you and they'll move you from a management role in the store to the buying offices, back to the store at a higher level of management, back to the buying offices at a higher level of responsibility at the buying offices. So we got this really incredible scope of skills. And really that's where a lot of my skills were related to: managing people, managing the flow of merchandise, managing the visual merchandising and display in terms of trying to maximize sales and profits from that display. And then also the buying aspects: inventory management, open to buy planning, assortment planning, developing strong vendor relationships, negotiating skills from the buying line. So those are the kinds of skills that I learned in those big department stores that I was able to bring to the small independent kite store when I started working with Bob. Yeah, so really different skills than what he had. He was really he was really great at salesmanship and marketing and, customer experience and all those things. And so we really had a, really, really good combo of his skills and my skills together.
Oh, it's very true.
Yeah.
Now, as Whizbang, as you're working now in Whizbang, which is your business now, not the you've moved from the kite company. You're in Whizbang training, and you have various programs that you have that, help us with marketing or help us with hiring, help us with all sorts of things. Do you have one piece in particular in Whizbang that you love the best? Or that,
Oh,
yeah,
it's like, yes, it's like picking your favorite flower in the shop, Janet. How can you do it, right? Do you have a favorite flower?
I do.
What is it?
It's a tulip, pink tulip.
I love that. So, I mean, I guess I would say that my favorite is the retail mastery system, because it is, to me, I feel like it is the key that can unlock success for so many different peoples at so many different levels, no matter where people are in their retail journey. It's really a super comprehensive look at the basics of running a really solid retail business. So I think I like it the best because I feel like it helps the most people. It really helps the most business owners be able to either find solid ground in their business or spark new joy in their business. We get a lot of people who said, I've been in business for 20 years and I'm finally excited about my business again. And so I think that's why I like the retail mastery system so much.
No, it comprehensive is the word. It's got everything in it that you could possibly need or want.
Everything except product knowledge, we like to say. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Teaching and developing staff is a cornerstone of what you do. I know that you're developing a teaching piece, and I believe it's called Brilliance.
Called Brilliance. It is.
Could you tell us more about that?
Sure, absolutely. Because, and actually kind of brings it back to your very first question a little bit about what I learned at these big department stores. And a lot of what I was responsible for, especially when I was in the store line side doing, management work in the stores, you don't do all the work yourself. You can't do all the work yourself. You have to depend on your staff. You have to manage and train and motivate and inspire your staff to be really, really good. Otherwise, you can't do your job. I mean, you just can't do the things you need to do without them. And I think it's so true it's even more true, I think, for our independent retailers, because you wear every single hat. Even, in the big department stores, I didn't have to wear every single hat. I still had to wear a lot of hats. But the indie store owners, local business owners, you wear literally every single hat. So every time you can train your people to take one of your hats for even just a short period of time, that, relieves stress and improves the overall performance of your business. So training people has been absolutely critical. It was incredibly important for us at the Mackinac Kite Company. And during that time period is when we developed this training process that we've been teaching now for, 25 years. And we just recently have developed a piece of software, a learning platform, where we have developed some courses for store line employees, and we've also put the retail mastery system on this platform, so that for the store owners and managers. And what we're doing is we're going to be opening this platform up, so that other people can put their courses on this platform, that our independent retailers in our community can access, all in one place, so that all the training, all the learning, everything from, how to be a great salesperson to, how to run your social media, to all the different things, or create a great display, or all these different things that you need to do to be a really good retailer. We're trying to have lots and lots of this training all on this one single platform called Brilliance. And we're going to invite lots of people to put their favorite courses on it and really try to be just a fantastic learning hub for the independent retail community. So that's what we're working on, and we're so close. It's almost done.
Excellent. So you're telling me that if I wanted to film a video of me doing a step-by-step process of how to make a table center, I can upload that to Brilliance, and any florist can look at it, and or florist or staff person can look at it and learn how to make a table center.
Exactly what I'm saying.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. So if you're from the store owner's perspective, let's say you wanted to let's say you had not a floral shop, but let's say you had a dancewear store, for example. You could go on and look and see, I wonder if anybody's got a great course on how to fit point shoes. And you could go on and look and see if there was somebody who had a great course on how to fit point shoes, and you could assign it to your employees, the ones that you wanted to take the course, and it would notify them that they had new assignments and track their assignments, give them quizzes to make sure that they understood the information, and then you'd be able to see when they completed their training and how they did taking that course. So yeah, I think it's going to be really exciting.
That's brilliant.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, we're really, really excited. So
yeah, as you should be. That's a fabulous concept, and I think we talk a lot about small business, and it just always seems to boil down to the same thing. Where do you get the answers? I know I need to know this, but where do you get the answer? I don't have a week to research it. I need the answer.
It's the time. It's all about the time. And even if you had the answer, Janet, do you have the time to spend to train you personally, every single person in your store at the same level, to the same level of excellence, without missing somebody, without giving, Susie 100% of the information and Barbara only 80% of the information. So that's why this online training is great, because it's consistent. It's the same for every employee. And, they get the same information that's delivered the same way every time.
And it's delivered to them when they're able to do it.
On demand. Absolutely.
Because that's one thing I find is, one of my intentions for the day is to talk about a certain process that needs to be changed. And that's the day that this happens and this happens and this happens. And you're looking for your purse and keys at the end of the day, and you're thinking, okay, that didn't get done. Yeah.
Exactly.
And I know I'm not alone. So, I don't go home and go, oh, how did you not get that? I know I'm not alone.
You're not alone. And, I think we work with independent retailers all the time. Every day we're talking to them. And we know that there are a couple of key areas that make a big difference in unlocking success. And not surprisingly, there are also areas that take a good bit of time and effort to accomplish. And an employee training program, again, being able to leverage and pull the power out of that human capital that you have in your business, that's one of the big areas that everybody would love to do. I'd love to have an amazing employee training program. But not a lot of people do it because it takes time. So if I can bring the resources from all these other places into this one spot, and all the retail owner has to do is say, assign, that's way easier. And they're going to get great results.
Absolutely.
So that's all your training all in one place. Make it easy for you. That's our vision.
Yeah. And I've watched whiz bang grow over the years, and you're visionary, and you're exciting, and you're excited for us. And I think it's a really great time to be in small business and to be in retail. And there's just so many amazing things happening that we're all now part of, and we're in there. And yes, there are challenges, and yes, things don't always work out perfectly, but it was interesting I was having a conversation with my mother the other day, and she's not as physically speedy as she was once. And she's struggling to make this something perfect. Or, was this? I said, Mom, you know what Bob Negen would say right now?
80%.
And she's like looking at me, and I said, don't let perfection stand in the way of progress.
Yeah.
And Whizbang consistently gives us platforms to progress, and I truly appreciate it.
Thank you. We really, work hard every day. We come in working to help you guys have a better experience running your business, make it easier, make it more effective, make more money, all those things. So that's what we are focused on every single day.
And make a life for ourselves.
Yeah.
Because you don't just teach the business skill set, you teach the life things.
100%. Because, we so strongly believe that your business exists to serve your life. For you folks who have small entrepreneurial independent businesses, whether you're retailers or whatever, your business exists to serve your life. And if it's overtaking your life or overwhelming your life rather than serving your life, that's not where you want to be. You need to go out and get those resources, try to find those ways to, do some things better and easier so that you can have your life back and have that business that serves your life, not the other way around.
Absolutely. Yeah. Susan, I really appreciate you taking the time to be with us today. I know that, you're a busy wife and mother, and you're a busy business owner. So I know that every minute is counted for. So thank you so much for taking time to be with us. We close out our podcasts with some rapid fire questions. So I love the bring it sign. Okay, let's go. Sandals or sneakers?
Oh man, sandals.
Gosling or Reynolds?
Oh, well, I just saw a movie with Gosling last night, so I'm gonna say him. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Cats or dogs?
Dogs. I love cats. So dogs.
Opera or choir?
Opera.
Cake or pie?
Pie. I love to bake pies. I love baking.
There's something very, very inclusive and family, and that whole cutting the pie and sharing the pie. I'm with you on that one. I
love pie. My favorite pie to make, blueberry pie with blueberries from Ontario. Bar none. That is my favorite pie to make.
Yes, I can see why. Thank you very much for joining us on Chez, Fleur podcast. If you are joining us for the first time, welcome. If you are a returning podcast guest, then we are so glad to have you back. We look at the entrepreneurial journey and all the skills and wonderful things that entrepreneurs have and bring, and what makes people flourish and grow. And we're excited about next week's episode as well. We're going to hear from Kathy McKillop, and she has had a journey from corporate to small business to solopreneur, and she has some great stories to tell. So I want to say thank you again to Susan for being with us today. It's always great to talk to you, and you're so warm and full of great ideas, and it's always fun to be with you.
Thank you, and congratulations on starting your new podcast. I'm thrilled for you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're having fun, so it's all good. I'll see you next week.